Hi! This video will be different because today I'm taking you on a journey that I started yesterday. Very random trip. So I woke up in the morning and I'd put in a lot of work the day before. That was on Thursday. So on Friday I wake up and I'm just like, you know what? I need to go on a trip. And I want to go on a trip, and where do I want to go? So I decided, I haven't been down to the coast for a while. One of my favorite towns is Kilifi, and I have some friends who stay in Vipingo, so I decided I'm going to go down there and visit them. So I called my friend around 10 in the morning and I'm like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And she says, well, nothing that can't be changed. So I tell her I'm going to come over, and she's like, it's 10 in the morning, when? I said, shower, change, get ready, park, and come today. And she's like, seriously? You're going to drive from Nanyuki to Vipingo today? And I said, yeah, I just thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't done a road trip in a while. So it's been an amazing trip so far. I decided to break the trip because I left Nanyuki a bit late. I left at 3. By the time I'd sorted out everything, done a bit of my work, cleared my inbox, and packed and gotten ready and actually gotten into the car, it was after 3, fueled and all that, it was after 3. So I decided I'm going to break the trip, which I had actually decided irrespective of what time I leave, but that I would break the trip in half so that I'm not too tired or not enjoying the journey because I'm just focused on the destination, right? And that's the thing about life. Like, life is really about the journey, not the destination. And funny enough, I was talking to one of my clients when I was driving, and I was telling her that, because she's very focused on, like, you know, the business and doing certain things, and I told her, you know, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. So while you're there, you know, really focused at, I'll be happy when, or I need to have this in order for me to be fulfilled, or in order for me to be happy, life is going on. It's this moment. It's this minute. It's the things that you're doing to get you to your destination, not the destination. It's the person you become on the way to the destination. The person who's better at helping others. The person who is better at doing the things, being a better parent, being a better husband or a better wife. I think the birds agree with me, right? Yeah, I think they do. This is so nice. It's this really amazing place. So I decided to break the trip, as I was telling you, in half. And the most logical half point is, that's so cool. The most logical half point was Hunter's Lodge, which is somewhere around Mtitwande. So I'm actually there right now, and this place has been more than I even expected. And first I got a really good deal on Agoda. So now Agoda is my new other travel favorite app, because you can't always do, I love Airbnb and I usually travel with Airbnb, but you can't always do Airbnb. Like in Mtitwande, there are probably not many Airbnbs, and when you're making last minute plans, you want to go into a place where you can check in at any time. Bags, check in at any time. And I saw Hunters and was like, fantastic. Then I see this deal on Agoda where it's like a last minute deal, 47% off. I'm like, what? So I'm literally paying, well, including their fees, I'm literally paying about 3,000 shillings less than I would have if I'd just walked in. That's a really good saving. So I booked myself into the place. I leave Nanyuki at about 3:30. I get here at about 10. I loved the road travel on the way. Oh my goodness, our country is so beautiful. We are so lucky that we have everything in this country, from the deserts to the beaches to the snow-capped mountains. We literally have everything in one country. We are very lucky. And then we have a very cosmopolitan country, so you can get pretty much anything. Facilities are there, moving around is easy, and the road network, I was impressed. Like, I left Nanyuki, got to Karatina. I was just using Google Maps because I knew I didn't want to go through Nairobi because that's a longer route. It actually adds more than an hour to your route. So got to Karatina, take a left into Kerugoya, into the road that goes to Kerugoya, then Embu. Then after Embu, you go to Kitui. There's the branch where, you know, straight to Garissa, right to Kitui. So take the right, unless you want to go to Garissa and add an extra 2 hours, because there's also a route there which I saw on the map. So turn right, go to Kitui, and then Kibwezi after that. So that's the route I took. And then from Kibwezi, you go join A104, that's Mombasa Road, and then hang a right so that you go, like you're going back to Nairobi, so that you come to Hunter's Lodge. So Hunter's Lodge is this place, I'm really impressed. It's got about 50 rooms. That's what they told me. They gave me a really great room overlooking the pool. It's got a huge terrace. It's really amazing. Like, it's more than I expected from a roadside hotel. It's actually the kind of place I would come even just on holiday, like just come here and chill, rest, and you can see the background behind me. Like, it's a really beautiful place. They've got this bridge that goes over a swamp. Then, you know, the rest of the facilities, the service is exceptional. There are two people who've been taking really great care of me, Daisy and the guy. There's a guy, geez, I forget his name now, tallish guy. I think he's one of the, he's the one who checked me in yesterday, and he was the one who was serving me today. And I'm just really enjoying my stay here, and I'm glad I broke the trip before heading over to Vipingo. So I look forward to now taking you on that side of the journey, and I'll just add some clips on the road, like how was the trip. Oh, I passed Masinga Dam. Amazing. Like, wow. At some point I'm thinking, what is this? And then, you know, the road, and it was just, it's such a nice trip. And that's why I really like driving, because you get to experience new roads and experience different parts of the country that maybe you haven't experienced before. So it's just been really great, and I can't wait to take you to the coast now so that we can experience a bit more of the warmth and the Vipingo golf course and the beautiful compound. Like, it's an incredible environment to live in. So I'll see you there. Hey, so I've just left Hunter's Lodge and now I'm heading out to Vipingo. So it's about a 6-hour drive, and yeah, so far so good. Like, the road's pretty good. Beautiful landscape, more trucks, well, a lot of trucks, but definitely less than there would have been if there was no SGR train that takes up a significant amount of the cargo that used to be on this road. So I can only imagine how much more traffic there would be if it wasn't for the SGR. And funny enough, I'd done the trip down, a friend of mine drove down to Watamu once, and it was not a good trip in time. Well, it was a good trip because I was with a really good friend of mine, and we spent the night at Savo on the way. But in terms of trucks, there were so many trucks on the way. It was not like it is now, where at least you've got space to overtake. Yeah, so on to something, conversation that I had yesterday. So I mentioned when I was at the hotel that I was talking to one of my clients and just telling her to focus on to be present and to enjoy the journey that is life, and not just wait until you get to the destination. But then there was also something that we talked about which I thought was really which I would like to share with you today. And that's really around, like, one of the things she mentioned was, she said she admires the work that I do and what I've built with my training program. And she's in my training program, so she gets to see firsthand what it is that I've built and how I'm helping people. And she said that she admires it and what I'm doing, and she wants to do something like that. And I told her the one thing that, so a couple of things that I told her in order for you to build, and I believe these are the things, some of the things, it's not like an exhaustive list, but I said it's easier to build a business that is towards your life's purpose. So once you figure out your life purpose, you should build a business that enables you to do your life's work and generate money at the same time. Because money enables you to keep count on how many lives you're actually changing. Because people won't pay you if you're not helping them. So that's what money is. It helps you to keep count, so that you know how many people are you helping and how well are you helping them. And the more people you help and the better you help them, the more you make, right? So I told her, like, right now she shouldn't just look at what I've built or other people who have built something that people admire, but she should focus on finding her life purpose. And that's more important than thinking of the next business to start. Finding out what you are put on this earth to do, who you are put on this earth to help, and how you are put on this earth to help them is important work. Because I believe every single person has a purpose. There's no accident. There's no one who came here by accident. Because first of all, there's a 1 in 400 trillion chance that you were born under the circumstances in which you were born, to the parents whom you were born to, and the experiences that you've had, what you've gone through. There's a 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being here. It's not by accident. So find out why. Don't just look at a business and say, you know, I just want to start a business. I've had, you know, cryptocurrency is a big thing right now, so I want to get into that space and make money. For the short term, yes, you'll make money, but then long term, you want something that is fulfilling, something that you're willing to suffer for. And it's funny, I was talking to the guy who served me today. He's called Bosire Robert, I think. Yeah, the guy who checked me in yesterday and served me today. Bosire is his name. His English name, I forget his English name, but I was talking to him earlier and I was telling him that, because he was telling me, oh, you know, you're so lucky that you get to work remotely and you're comfortable. And I told him, yeah, and you're lucky that you get a paycheck without any risk. Like, you're employed, you get paid, you don't have to take the risks of the business owner. And those are the risks I have to take in my business. I have to consider everything. I have to, if we don't make money, bills don't get paid, people don't get paid, there's no money to market, there is no growth in the business, it all falls on me, as it does on you if you're a business owner as well. The stress of running a business is really high, but if you're doing it for something that is towards your purpose, your life purpose, it makes it worth it. It makes the difficulties worth it. So if you haven't found your life's purpose, I'm looking at the Singh Temple, Makindu. I'm just passing it right now. It's a famous place in this area. If you ever do visit this area, then it's a place that's recommended to visit. Well, if that's your thing anyway. So yeah, so as I was saying, if you haven't found your life purpose, don't feel bad about it. It doesn't matter whether you're 60 or 16. A lot of people discover their life purpose much later in life, like much later, and it's a discovery process. There's no day you're going to wake up and go like, Eureka! I know my life purpose, because you know, like, it just comes to you. It will be a series of things. So it will be like you're doing something, you start to discover the things you love to do, the things that when you're doing them, time just seems to disappear. And then you start to discover the things that you don't like to do, the things that feel like they drag on forever. And just keep exploring. Like, you know, don't go full out until you've discovered it. Like, don't go full out and just say, this is my thing, and explore. Try different things. Travel. See what people do in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world. See how that will give you a good sense of a different perspective on different things, and a good sense of who you are, especially if you travel solo, which I love to do. I love to travel solo because for me, travel is like school. It's an education, and I learn a lot about myself when I travel. So as I travel, I'll be sharing with you some of my thoughts as I go along on this trip, and then I'll compile them into a single video and share that with you. But I'm really grateful for you being here and just staying with me, and and spending time with me on my trip and listening to my thoughts. I don't take you for granted. If this is the first time that you're here, my name is Jacqui, and I'm a digital marketing strategist and a coach. And I run a training program for entrepreneurs where I teach you how to do digital marketing, everything from how to generate leads online, automate your marketing, and convert the leads that you generate so that you build a big business. You're able to get new customers consistently instead of unpredictably from referrals or repeat customers. So I show you how do you get customers quickly and how do you get them consistently. So I'll drop a link below this video and you can check that out if you're a business owner and that's something that you're interested in. So for now, let me enjoy the solo time. Maybe listen to some music or listen to a podcast. It's always a great way to spend time as I drive. Just be in school, listen to somebody else's thoughts and learn from somebody else. So I'll catch up with you at further ahead at my next thought. Yay! Is my skin glowing? Because if it is, it's because I'm in one of my favorite spots in Kilifi. It's called Salties, and I'll give you a sneak peek of Salties. It's where I was working this afternoon. So it's by the beach. It's really rustic. It's the kind of place that's been made out of, most of the stuff here has been made out of recycled material. They're very eco-friendly, no straws, only no plastic straws, that is. They're like, it's such a cool place and so rustic and beautiful to work in. So this was my office today, and after I'm done, now that it's after 5 and I finished my last meeting, so now I'm gonna settle down and go in for a swim. I'm just about to go in for a swim. And earlier on, actually, one of the things that I did today was I went for a massage, because after the long drive my shoulders were feeling tired and knotted and my back and stuff. So I decided, to go for a massage, and I got a recommendation from a friend of mine. And I must say that it made me miss my masseuse back in Nairobi. Like, she's called Fatuma, and she's incredible, like really incredible. And I'm saying this having traveled to Thailand and had regular massages there, and the Thai massages are great. And when I came back actually from Thailand, I remember thinking to myself, man, a lot of the Thai massages that we're told are Thai massages are not really Thai massages. So Fatuma is the only person who made the cut in terms of amazing massages when you've had amazing massages around the world. So when I had this massage this afternoon, the lady was, I mean, she was nice and everything, but then she just lacked that skill. You know, that je ne sais quoi. You know, that she's experienced, she's got years of experience, but she didn't have the refined skill of being able to unknot you. So it was a lot of oil, kupakwa mafuta, but not a great massage. But you know, it was okay. You leave a little bit more relaxed anyway. And then I came here and I just, you know, came here. That was in the morning. So now I came here to work in the afternoon. And I mean, you can just see the vibe. There's a playground behind me, and you know, kids are playing there. The beach is here. The wind, it's nice and breezy. The owner, Ivan, is such a cool guy. Like, he's such an incredible guy. The very first time I came to Salties, he welcomed me really well. His team is amazing. Like, they were really great. The service was great. He seems to have retained a lot of them because I recognized them and they remembered me. They were telling me, hey, you haven't been here in a while. And I'm like, wow, I didn't think that they would remember me. But it's such a great place. I felt quite at home. The Wi-Fi was fantastic. So I kind of just chilled here and had my meetings here. And then my friend will come and join me later because she's also doing some work, getting some work done. And I was just wondering, it got me thinking after today's massage and then coming to Salties and seeing how much they've grown, but how they've retained their culture, their identity, their service, their people, while still expanding and getting better. And the food was incredible. I had a really nice salad. I've missed a good salad, and this was the best decision I made to have the salad here because it did not disappoint. So I started thinking, like, you know, if you think of a lot of business people, like when they feel they've reached or when they feel they've acquired a skill or something, like they know how to do a massage, they never take the time that you need to take to constantly improve. And that's such an important differentiator between businesses that stay consistent and those that don't. Because there is nothing like being stagnant. The world is always revolving. So while you think you're stagnant, you're actually regressing. So if you're not improving your skills, if you have the same skills that you had last year, if you're doing things the same way you did them last year, then technically you've actually been regressing. And you're just opening yourself up for somebody to come in and take over your market. And it's been known to happen. So you always have to keep improving. That's why I sign up for programs, for training programs on a regular. And I don't sign up for cheap programs. I sign up for really expensive programs because I want the best coaches in the world to teach me how to become even better at what I do. So I know, like, I literally have a budget of how much I make, like out of my profit. I have a budget that goes into education. It's about 15% that goes into my education. So I make sure I get the best coaches, the best teachers. I learn the skills that are going to help me advance my business, help me be a better coach, help me teach people more things that will help them grow their business faster. Because I know that if I don't do that, it will be just a matter of time before I start to regress in service delivery, in the skill that I pass on to other people. And if I'm passing on old skills, then that means I'm not doing my students justice, right? So that's the thing, like, just because you learned something and you've become really good. Like that's something you learned in school. Perhaps you're a doctor. I have a friend of mine who's a doctor, and you know, it was sad to hear him say that he does not read books or do any kind of learning because he feels he learned enough in school. So beyond learning what the new drugs are, what the new COVID variants are, and the treatment and stuff like that, like he does nothing to develop himself. And I thought it was really, really sad for him and for the person who he works for, the organization that he works for, because that's somebody who's been regressing year on year. So I'd actually tell you that if you have employees, you want to make sure that they are not the kind of people who are just spending all their time and money buying new clothes, new shoes, going to do socials and never learning anything. Because that person, every year, you should actually be paying them less because they're worthless. Not worthless, but worth less. Right? Or maybe that's where that word comes from. So, yeah, so that's my message, I guess, for you today, is just always look at improving your skills, look at learning something that's going to help you acquire more customers, help you give better service to your customers, help you automate your operations and become more efficient in your operations, because those are the things, like the tripod things, that will help you grow your business and do it in a stable, scalable way. Yeah, cool. So that's it from me today, and I'm gonna get into the water, and then I'm going to share more of my thoughts as I go along on this trip. And thanks for staying with me like so far, and I hope you're learning something interesting and something useful, because that's the whole purpose of my channel and the videos that I make, is that I want to make sure that you're gaining something out of the time that we spend together, because I value you and I value the attention and the time that you give me. So I want to make sure that there is something useful for you in every video that I make. So hit that subscribe button and hit the like so that more people get to see this video. And when you subscribe, you also get notified when I make the next video that will be just as useful as this one. So see you in the next video, see you during my next thoughts, because you know, who knows how this will go. I'm still in Kilifi and I'm still exploring this beautiful white sand. Like, look at the sand, like seriously, look at that sand. I mean, oh yeah, that's my mojito that I just ordered. Lovely, right? But look at the white sand in this place. Like, it's incredible. I mean, seriously, our country is incredible. Like, you need to explore our country. So if you haven't been to Salties, I would recommend that you come here. Food's great, service is great, cocktails are amazing, and it's by the beach, and they have this thing. Oh my goodness, you need to see this thing. Wait, I don't know whether you can see it. Can you see that thing hanging off the tree? That one? That one. I'm always wanting to time that thing so I can just go and hang out there. But most of the times it's always occupied. Though I see right now it's free, but right now I'm going into the ocean. So I will see you. Bye. Mwah.